Okay, this isn't good. I accidentally bumped it and now it's starting to drift. Oh, bollocks. Oh, no, I've lost my stockpile screen. Ah, this isn't good. I have currently got myself stuck. How could this happen? I'm smarter than this.
Officer's log 14. Stardate 16-03-2081. We have assembled our first satellite, and it passed the initial tests with flying colours. All that's left to do now is build the remaining 5 and deploy them amongst the stars.
Hello, fellow engineers, and welcome back to the Void. Today we are going to build some more satellites, like that one right up above me, and we are going to hopefully do the last 5 of them, I think. So we need to build the last 5 satellites, and we need to get the carrier ship built, and that will be our focus for today's episode. Okay, we're not going to dawdle, and we're not going to get too distracted because I've got a lot of work to do in not a lot of time. The main focus is going to be getting these satellites done, and it should be relatively straightforward now, because I should just be able to project just the core modules, and then project the solar panels once they're out here. That being said, I do need to take a blueprint. Blueprint of view, SATCOM 1. Let's go push it into a projector. So the projection is in place. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by hand welding up some of these blocks. And I'll turn the projector off, weld them up with the worker bee, and I'll kind of do it that way to alternate it, just so that I don't get the worker bee trapped when trying to weld everything up. I think that's probably the smarter way of doing things. So let me just grab... In fact, let's just turn this to just show buildable. There we go, that's much more convenient. And we're just going to start by placing in a lot of these core building blocks, just so that we can get everything nice and aligned. What we'll do is we'll get this core module welded up and then we'll check back in. Okay, we've done the first stage of this new satellite. And I think we're ready to float it off outside so we can finish welding it up. Because all the tanks are stockpiled. So they've all been filled. The batteries will slowly charge in the sun anyway, if we park it far enough out. So I think it's time we just quickly grab this one and move it outside. Grabbing it now while it's not too heavy is arguably the better idea. Let's grab it from here. Let's cut it loose. Just bear in mind that it is currently completely unsupported. So we don't want to knock into it too hard with anything. If we can... Ooh. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll keep the tugboat to hand. I was just thinking that maybe welding it up with the welding ship while it's got no dampeners or thrusters or anything like that. Probably a bad idea. But I think it'll be okay. Just keep the... We'll keep the welding... Not the welding ship. We'll keep the tugboat to hand. And hope for the best. Okay, that's interesting. The projector still works without power, it seems. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really think that one through, did I? Okay, the next layer... The framework for the next layer of components is now in place. So we just need to go through and weld all of this up. Which shouldn't take too long, he says, optimistically. I think we just need to focus on the thrusters for sure, and some of the batteries. Okay, this isn't good. I accidentally bumped it and now it's starting to drift. God dang it. Alright, let's get these batteries sorted and get these thrusters going. Just try and get a thruster going on the top to arrest its upwards momentum. Where's the thruster? There's the thruster. Of course, we didn't get all the components needed. I mean, there's another way we can arrest its momentum, and that's just to land on it. Or maybe it's not drifting anymore. Okay, it's not drifting anymore. That's good news. In which case, we will finish welding it up. Oh, bollocks.
What happened? Oh, the front fell off.
Oh, no, I've lost my stockpile screen. That was careless. Okay, so I just collided with what I was building, and I've lost one of my welders. Which isn't great. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great. This is why we have blueprints. Okay, so we are going to need to make sure that we get all of this repaired.
Very rigorous maritime engineering standards.
What sort of thing?
Well, the front's not supposed to fall off.
I have to be fair, I've been incredibly careless with my flying of this. I've been scraping it, bashing it, giving it all sorts of bumps and scrapes. So I'm not surprised that some of it's taken damage. I wasn't expecting one of the welders to fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
I don't actually have a projector on this, I don't think. So let's just throw one on for the moment. Okay. Where are we going to put this? Let's put this next to the event controller. And let's set up the projector. Give it a blueprint. Fortunately, I've got a very recent one from when I published it to the workshop. Let's keep the projection. Let's figure out which way around this is. Bring it back in line. Can't actually tell. Oh, we're miles off. Yeah, it looks like it. Cool. So all we need to do... It says 2 blocks are missing, which is understandable. Let's just make sure we're keeping the blueprint. We are. Yeah, so just missing the welder and the transparent LCD. So that's all that fell off. Which, you know, we'll take that. Ah, it's just undone all the changes I made. Oh, you know what, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to quickly go back through and deal with all these changes, because I don't need this much of everything at this stage, because all I'm doing is I'm doing very specific adjustments and very specific components, and I don't need the entire inventory taken up using a handful of them. So the reason why I'm setting all of these to 1 instead of 0 is even with the M tag that's supposed to stop the script from pulling items out, if it's set to 0, it ignores it. So if as long as I set it to 1, then the game will never pull out any extras that I put in, which is fine. This allows me to load up with components that I need, while still being able to stockpile other components that I am likely to need. Okay, first stage complete. Just the pure body of the thing. Done. So now we're going to be doing the panels. So let's turn the projector back on a second. And let's quickly... We don't need to see only buildable, because we kind of want to get the rest of this on. Now, because the panels are nice, large and flat, getting stuck on this with the welding ship is less difficult. But I think I'll keep all of the projection on. We are going to need to reconfigure the welding oh, we missed a bit, didn't we? Before we go about welding up all these solar panels, I'm just going to quickly go around and make sure we haven't missed anything. I know we've missed part of a truss pillar and we missed plate. And I think we've missed a few of these corner pieces as well. With that being said, oh yeah, look, there's another one missing there. So just going to quickly check to make sure we haven't missed anything. And then what we can do is we can reconfigure the welding ship to prioritize solar cells. Basically, we want to make sure that the welding ship stockpiles the correct resources so that we're not having to do a constant back and forth. What do we need for these conduits? We need small steel tubes and construction components. Okay, that's not too bad. We can definitely configure the welding ship to prioritize these components. So that being said, let's just finish off these last finishing touches by hand, and we'll go through and weld up these panels. We're pretty much full. We're not completely full, but we are almost virtually full. How many construction components can we take on? Another 118. No, I can just throw these into the welder. Awesome. Right, let's go give this a go. This could get interesting, but it should be okay. I think maybe doing a pass with the panels and then going around the outside to do the conduits, that's probably the better way of doing it. What have I run out of? How? What? What am I out of? Oh, I didn't stock up I didn't change the number for the girders, did I? I'll do it. Dang it. That's right, we can do another pass with girders. We can fill the welders with girders next time. Oh, that was a rough landing, but that's fine. Just make sure we didn't damage anything. Nothing damaged, which is ideal. Let's just stock up on some girders. Room in the welder so it can pass components. And let's go back to welding. Panel 1 complete. Let's start on panel 2. Okay, exciting times. SATCOM 2 is now fully operational and reconfigured, because changing the group names breaks some of the automations, but that's fine. So what we need to do now is just move it somewhere where it's going to be in the sun, which is easier said than done. If I remote into SATCOM 2... Oh, I've given it the wrong name. Oh well. I can fix that later. It's currently facing towards me, so if I want to move left, I need to move it right. There we go. Let's just push it that way so that we get out of the way of the other one. Let's rotate it around so that we are pointing the correct direction and the correct orientation. We just fly ourselves and park, I'd say about here. Let's just quickly auto-dampen. So now what we should be able to do, because you can't do remote control in third person, but now that we're dampened to the satellite itself, if we go in and remote control it again, as the satellite moves forward, so do we. So we can use our remote ship like this as a way of doing like a third-person remote control. Let's go park it next to this one. Okay, admittedly, we don't get the same rotational support, but that's okay. Now I know the solar panel is mostly in the sunlight, so if we park it near the solar panel, then this will stay in the sunlight and it will charge the entire time. Problem being, I can't see where that solar panel is. I know it's down there somewhere. Aha, there's the solar panel. Okay. So if we park it around here somewhere. Make sure we don't crash the worker bee into the solar panel. There we go. So rotate that round so that it's catching some sunlight. And kind of, if we just align it in line with the solar panels, then that should be good enough, I think. Not get too close, but also that'll do, I think. Okay, awesome. That will now start charging. Let's just give it a bit more of a alignment. That'll do. Judging by the shadow and how that lines up, I'm going to say it's good enough. So we shall leave this parked here for now to charge up. We can probably get the other one and park that one nearby as well. And probably just start a line extending off that way. Which does make me think maybe I want a temporary turret as well. We'll see. We can just dot, to be fair, we can just dot them in this area here. Doesn't matter whether they cast shadows on each other, because at the moment they're not using very much power at all, so charging shouldn't take too long. If we just remote into SATCOM 2, and we look at its batteries now. Yeah, they're receiving a grand total of 5 and a bit megawatts, which means they'll be fully recharged in 18 hours. Considering how long it took me to build that one, 18 hours actually isn't that much. I'll have plenty of charge for when we move it into place, and it can finish charging off of the carrier ship. Cool. Let's start working on SATCOM 3. Okay, it seems we're out of ice again, and we have enough hydrogen to do another 2 satellites. Then things get a little bit hairy, so we're going to go pop off and get some more ice. And hopefully... Oh, that sounded like a rock stuck somewhere. Yeah, hopefully, by the time we come back, I would have a better idea of how we're going to build this, because the last one took a fair bit of time. Okay, we've almost finished carving out this patch of ice here. We may have to go find another one shortly. Oh, bollocks. We need to be careful about doing that, because we are 1,500 tons. Right, we are all filled up with ice. And this little deposit is very almost empty. So we're going to probably need to find a new deposit when we next come out, because I don't think grabbing that little bit in there is worth... It's not worth the effort unless we need it in an emergency. So smash all these rocks out of the way. And then restart returning to base. Gently does it. Ignore the impact warnings. And we're down, but we're not quite over the connector. Why are we not over the connector? There we go. And we're locked. Ah, this isn't good. I have currently got myself stuck. How could this happen? I'm smarter than this. There we go. And we're out. That is... It would have been embarrassing if we died there. Okay, I've got distracted, as I tend to do. I've given the miner a paint job, because I realised after landing it on the pad, none of it had been painted. All the orange was just coming from the flashing orange lights. So I've updated it to match the rest of the sort of the design standard we're going for. all the pipe work is yellow. The hydrogen tanks and thrusters are red. It's matching the orange and black colour scheme. I've decided to forgo the white, because I think with the extra bits of white, it just looks too busy. We've given it the red and green nav lights, so front and back flashing red. On this side. And on this side, obviously, front and back flashing green. Now in the middle, I've decided to keep the orange flashing lights, but I've decided to offset them so they go off at a different time to the nav lights, as well as give them a slightly longer flash. So they serve the same purpose of lighting up the area around me, just with a bit more pizzazz. So the miner's been updated. I'll need to update the blueprint for it. And now we need to start work on the next satellite. Now annoyingly, we're going to be working on it as the sun's coming around, so we may have to shut these doors momentarily. We can shut these ones, but open those ones. I think that's going to be the better way of doing this. Open side door number 3. Cool. Let's close the main door. Number 2. Why did that sound like I was trying to repressurize? Cool. Let's go get the Worker Bee Mark II and let's go start work on this. No, not the Mark II. Let's grab the Worker Bee Mark I and we can start working on this next satellite. So we're being smarter about this. Instead of loading up the Worker Bee with a whole bunch of miscellaneous components, I've decided to use the build planner this time, so that we can just focus on various big bulky items. Okay, that didn't work. That was supposed to have been the needful. Have I put items in which I wasn't supposed to? Apparently I wasn't clever enough. Either way, using the build planner to only put in, or only request items that we need is going to save a whole lot of back and forth. Oh, it's only construction components that went missing there. Oh, detect components from that one. Okay, build planner is not as good as it could be, but that's fine. So just like that, all the components that would have taken several trips, we've done in one fell sweep. Oh, and these have already stockpiled. That's brilliant. Right, I'm going to finish welding this up and getting it to a stage where we can move it outside, because that sun is starting to go round, and we'll have a good uninterrupted run of darkness in order to get this thing finished. Okay, the sun's gone down, so we can reopen the main door. And let's start welding up the next layer. Okay, I've done as much welding as I can do inside the hangar, so it's time to grab it with the tugboat and gently maneuver it into place above the main pads. Okay, let's grind you loose. And let's slowly move it into place. I probably should have turned the dampeners off. But you know what, this will be fine. Fortunately, the dampeners can't overpower the tugboat, which is good. We'll keep the tugboat nearby, just in case we need to grab it. For its... It has most of its thrusters, but not all of them. Okay, time to continue welding. Okay, we've ComSat 3 now ready. I think it's time we go push it into place. Oh, we're heavy. We're not. We are heavy. Why are we heavy? I thought I emptied it. I did not empty it. So the new satellite, all welded up, all programmed, and nicely put into place. I think it's time we go put it with the rest of them. Lock dampeners, remote control, ComSat 3. Let's get a bit more height before I end up whacking something. There we go, I say that's pretty good alignment. So we'll leave that one to charge. And we can start work on the fourth one, Satcom 4. We need to go get some more ice anyway, so we'll do that. We'll let these charge for a bit. Then I think we will work on Satcom 4. Okay, I see the ice over there, but that's the pocket we've already been mining out. Surely there's got to be some more ice around here somewhere. There is. Some more ice on this side. How deep is that pocket? It looks superficial, but we'll try it. At the very least we can eliminate it. And if this is superficial, then we may have to go find another ice rock, because it's not looking like there's much here. Yeah, look at that. We're pretty much all the way through. It's just a small surface deposit. That is unfortunate. Let's see if we can find any more ice. There's still a little bit of ice left in the previous hole we made. But I'm hoping we find a bit more. Okay, it looks like our closest source of ice has been used up. So I'm going to hop on over to this other ice asteroid we have. And we'll start mining this one. There is a tiny bit left there, but that is emergencies only. Because it is so close. Oh, I don't know if we're going to get a decent patch of ice here. I think that's all going to be small patches spread out, which is okay, but not ideal. Also, why am I not detecting any ice? Oh, there it is. Please be more than just a small superficial spot. It's a small patch. Dang it. No, that's fine though. We'll make do. How small are we talking? Yeah, we're gonna get this all in one go. That is unfortunate. Oh, but we've got another patch over there. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, another patch consumed, but another one has been detected. You know, it's starting to occur to me that maybe going for the ice asteroids which are closest to the base is probably a bad idea. Especially now that I know I'm going to need a lot of it. We'll see what we can... We'll see if we can find some other sources which aren't as close. Oh, hang on. I thought that rock was further away than it was. Either way, so we've... Ooh, this one looks like it's... Oh no, it's not entirely buried, is it? It's a patch there. Either way, we've consumed 2 spots. This is now a third one. Let's see if we get lucky and detect a nice big one deep within the asteroid. Okay, the third spot has been completely stripped, and we're still not even full. Let's fly around this asteroid and hopefully find another spot. I mean, we may have to fly close to some of the other nearby rocks. See whether they got split off. It's kind of hard to tell what are voxels and what are bits I've left behind. Okay, I think this one may be now a dud. Let's check some of the nearby rocks and hope we can find some more ice. Because I think there should be ice in this entire cluster. Okay, so my thoughts were correct. We found more ice in a very close by asteroid. And it's also buried, so hopefully we can get a nice amount from this one. Let's just carve ourselves a bit of clearance room. Oh yeah, no, there it is. Nice. Okay, this could be our short-term answer. So I started the doom hole back up just for the funsies, and it's taking an awful long time to get to depth. Now it did break through when I stopped it, but I reckon we can keep it going down. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give them just an upper limit, an upper extension length, minimum distance. Oh, that's minimum distance. Maximum distance, there we go. I was going to say, if we set those just to 3 meters a second and put their velocity to, just copy that, and just put their velocity to 0.1, whee! Right. That's at 3 meters. So if we send it to 5 meters, hopefully we don't crash into anything. Going down. I don't remember how extended they were when we stopped it. Ooh, was that a collision? Or have we reached 5 meters? We've reached 5 meters in it. It was just enough to not go through the bottom. Okay. This is good to know. So we've still got another 5 meters to go off of this, which is quite a considerable amount. Let's set the velocity back to what it was. And let's set that to its max extension. And now it'll slowly go down and carve out the rest of this rock. Not that there's a lot for it to carve out. I think it genuinely probably won't even get down to here. We may need to start a new doom hole. Either way, this will give us a few passive resources. Largely because we are running low on nickel. We have plenty of iron. We've got enough silicon. And to be fair, I say we're running low on nickel. We still have 64,000 of it. Oh no, we've got 60,000 of it. That's off by 4. Either way, we have plenty of iron. We've still got enough nickel. I can see us going through it quite quickly. Silicon we've got a lot of, 114,000. And cobalt we have plenty of. The only thing we're at risk of running short on is nickel and maybe gold. We have ice, that's now generating more hydrogen. We have plenty of resources currently. I think we continue working on the next satellite part. Are you kidding? That's what damaged it. That tiny little bump damaged 4 blocks. Okay. Okay, Comsat 4 is now done. But I have run out of time for this episode. So, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly maneuver it into position. Using the same tactic we've used before, remote control. The worker bee should be dampened to this anyway. And we just go fly it into place. This makes it the 4th. This is the 4th one. So we need to build 2 more. And then the carrier. Oh, I may have overcooked this. I may have seriously overcooked that. Oh, actually, no. That might be the perfect amount of cookery. Make sure we get the worker bee on the correct side of these so we don't smack it. No, that's good enough. There we go. That is the 4th satellite built and ready to deploy. So with that in mind, I think it's time to wrap up. So thank you all for watching, I very much appreciate it. If you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe, and a comment. Let me know what your favourite part of the video was. Until the next time, this is Fiery Shadows of the UPML, signing off.